Hey
Hi.
everybody. So we have some big news.
Yeah.
Today we reached one of our benchmark goals, which was to hit the $3,000 contribution mark. So we want to say thank you so much to our backers who have supported us, and those of you who've shared and brought other people our way. Like it really means a lot, and it's looking good for City
Yeah.
Mystic. We're right on track to be funded, so it's very exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've saved some pledge levels for this benchmark, just to keep it fun and exciting, and also because at least our big one we couldn't afford to do
Yeah.
until we were funded at this point. But I'll let Chris tell you about the first ones.
Okay, so the first things that we've added is we've added a bunch of kind of lower price point digital downloads of the deck. So you can download the entire deck and all 78 cards for $20 pledge, and you can print that on your own at home, or you can go to an Office Max and print it up, or you can try and search out somewhere and get printed on cardstock and get like a legit copy of it.
Or also, not to cut you off, but I just thought of this. If you're someone who's already pledged for the deck and you want to have another copy to cut up and hold, hang pictures up and stuff, I love doing stuff like that myself.
Yeah.
This is a great way to do that without destroying your deck. You can still have a deck to read with, and you can also put up, some beautiful images of New York City, in any way you want. So there's that.
Yeah, and that's just $20. And for $25, we have a digital download. The same thing with the companion booklet included. And then we also have
Wait,
an
before you go on, we got to talk
okay.
about why the companion book is important. Just a quick note, because we haven't really talked about this too much in the campaign, but the companion booklet has a lot of information in the Major Arcanas about the actual factual history of the architecture, and the monuments found in the Major Arcana cards. So, with the digital download, if you want to learn a little bit more about the history, learn a little bit more about New York culture proper outside of the tarot lens, the digital download that includes the booklet will give you that lens for sure.
Yeah. And we also have another option where you can download, or you'll get 3 files prepared and ready to print at either 11 by 17 or 12 by 18, which we made the two options because frame availability on those two sizes. Um, and that'd be already goes any 3 cards of your choice from the deck, and that one's only $20 too. And all these digital downloads go out like the day within a week of the campaign ending,
Yeah.
depending on how many there are to send out. Um, and then we added some different options of how you could just get more of the deck.
Just straight deck multiples.
Straight
And
deck.
save some money too.
Yeah, so like one deck's $50 right now. Now we add an option where you get 2 decks for $90, which we kind of already had with the $40 add-on for the deck for any pledge over $40. But this is just more straightforward.
Yeah.
And then we have 5 decks for $200. And
So
then
basically, you get a deck free
yeah,
with that option.
and then we have a 10 pack of decks for $350, which makes it $35 a deck, and that's way discounted.
Huge
So
discount. Yeah.
we have all those options coming up too, and then we have like a really really big experience opportunity that I'm going to let Virginia tell you about.
So this is actually one that we were really excited about when we first even put the Kickstarter together. It was something that we really wanted to do, and I was super excited to do. Basically, it's an opportunity to have your own completely unique, one-of-a-kind, um, individual collector's edition deck crafted with your image in the deck. And so here's how it'll work. You've got to get yourself to New York City. We are planning to be there either the last weekend of October or one of the first 2 weekends of November. If this is something that you seriously think about, the dates are not solid, so message us, talk to us. We are flexible. We want to work with you. We really want to do this, not just for the funding, but because it would be an amazing experience to do with someone. So having said that, what this perk or what this pledge includes is a day in New York City where we will go to all of the places that you have decided that you want to be shot before we ever get to New York. So this will have a meeting before we even do the trip, and we'll hit as many places as we can, time permitting, and also, weather permitting and the details like that. And I'll photograph you in New York City in all of these places that are personally meaningful or important or exciting to you. And then we've actually got this really great idea to do, we'll either do a gourmet lunch at Picnic Basket in the restaurant if the weather isn't good, but if the weather's great, we'll pick up a gourmet pre-packed picnic basket. This place has like the best reviews, and
it's the #1 rated lunch spot in Manhattan.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And so we can do like a lunch on the road while we're photographing, maybe eat at the High Line or eat at Battery Park, or your pick. We'll really make a day of it, and we really want to have an experience with you over this. And then the next day, we'll sit down, the three of us, and Chris and I and you will be in Paradiso, which is like one of the hottest cafes in the village, and we'll sit down and we will craft 9 images specifically for your deck. So you get to pick 3 cards that you want to be represented as in your personal City Mystic New York tarot deck, and we will produce 3 different versions of those 3 cards. So altogether you get 9 cards. And the idea behind this 3 different versions is that you get to have alternates. So you get to pick, before you do a reading, which image you want to represent you in that reading. And maybe some days you feel like you really resonate with one more than the other. And it's just giving you like a lot of options for ways to view and work with your deck. So that's super exciting. You also get to have a say in the way that the image turns out. And you also get to be a part of the process and learn what crafting City Mystic really took. I think it's really hard to imagine how we made this without seeing it.
Yeah.
So you would get to have that very unique experience. And Chris is also a really, really talented graphic designer and Photoshop genius. So he's been like a Photoshop tutor for a long time, and so you'll get to learn some of those pieces too. And then the last piece of this is a 1 evening workshop on a separate evening. So this is basically a 3-day trip at minimum. And it'll either be held in a social situation like a workshop at a bookstore or some community venue in that vein, or it'll be one-on-one. And that really just depends on what pans out. We're in discussions right now with a few different places to do a workshop, and it'll probably work out that way. But in case it just doesn't work out that way, we want to make sure you still get this workshop. And the workshop is called Consciousness, Tarot, and Modern Magic, and it's all about the numerology and constellation work. So we'll look at your personal tarot constellation, which is a lot like a natal chart, and how to work with that long term for you. So we're really wanting to create like this very personal experience for one very special person around the City Mystic, and how to make that a part of your life and your experience for a very long time to come.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really, 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 really looking forward to this. And I know that the person that does this is going to be like a really, really special person.
And the moment you're waiting for, this pledge is a $5,000 pledge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Obviously, huge price point. And the reason that we had to wait for the $3,000 is because we had to make sure that we could cover the airfare in the event that we're not going out there for a work trip. And this will be, guaranteed to happen regardless of what happens outside of work meetings and such. So those are our big unveilings. Thanks. We know it was a bit of a long video, but we wanted to make sure we got all the details across. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Thanks, everyone. We're over 3,000.
And make sure you check out the other videos. I've got some other videos that I've recorded today that talk about different aspects of the deck that we haven't had a chance to go into yet. So stick around for those. Thank you guys so much, and go City Mystic.
Woo.
Bye.